So I'd heard about Renu ma'am from a few of my friends who were studying abroad, and they were pretty pleased after they'd gotten counseling from her. And so I went to her because I also knew that she had worked at a university abroad, and she'd worked on the admissions committee. So I thought that that would be pretty helpful with the entire college admissions process from an applicant's perspective. And so she started guiding me in 11th grade, where she gave me very timely advice regarding when to take the SATs and the TOEFL and the subject SATs, and she ensured that I got good enough scores, I took the right number of attempts. So I was very pleased. And then when the time came to apply to colleges, she helped me come up with a very hierarchical kind of structure, in which there were certain universities that were like very selective, and there were some that were in the middle with about 40 to 50% selection rates, and then some that were more selective, like 70% applicants were accepted into them. Just so she thought that I have a good a good variety to choose from and a fair chance at what I want. And what was considered while picking a university were rankings, and then like the major that I wanted to study, and then I ended up going to University of Maryland, which was actually ranked pretty well for economics. So I think after going to the University of Maryland, I realized that studying in the US was such a liberating and such an amazing experience. I got to learn a lot, and I just feel like it wouldn't have been possible without her. I met so many people from different backgrounds. My personality underwent a huge change. I became a lot more outspoken. I understood the importance of networking, and I think that she could be pretty helpful to almost anyone who needs that kind of guidance for studying abroad. And yeah, I highly recommend her services, and she's very approachable. She pays a lot of attention to detail. It's not always easy to be able to understand how the Indian system, like grades or marks, would maybe convert to a GPA, or how they should be entered in the application form. And she's very skilled in that respect. She knows exactly how our grades, how our performance, our achievements should be projected, so as to be understandable in the format that they're looking for. So I just had a really good experience, and I think the fact that she'd worked at a university on the admissions committee seemed to make a lot of difference, because I don't know, that kind of experience actually is pretty rare. Yeah, and so I was pretty pleased, and I'm really glad that I got a chance to work with her, because it's big. The college that I went to is it sort of makes me who I am, and it won't have been possible without her.